Greatest song ever created, Jesse. Admit it, or the show stops right now.
I mean, if the show stops, can I go home?
No, okay. After years of confusion and contradictions, the CDC coming to a sudden realization that their messaging stinks. CDC Director Rochelle Walensky recently doing media training, and good for her, and is now admitting to confusing people, saying she should have made it more clear that guidelines and recommendations can change quickly depending on the nature of the virus, which is true. While the CDC tries to regain trust, this doesn't help. After telling people to cover up, the agency's finally saying that cloth masks don't do much to stop the virus. Geraldo, I don't see anything wrong here. I mean, when facts change, the things you talk about should change, right? If you don't change your mind when the facts change, then you're considered insane. So I don't know if she's really doing that bad of a job at this point.
I don't know about the last part of that, but because I like her. Mm-hmm. And I think that the problem is, particularly with people in my generation, we've been raised to believe everything scientists say. The world is round, the asteroid's not going to hit us. Everything a scientist says we believe in because they know better than we know. Right. They're scientists. It's, But the problem is that, as you suggest, the story has been evolving. The virus has been evolving. Nobody could see Omicron coming 6 months ago when they confidently predicted the end of this horror story for the world. 5 million infected already. But that's the problem is as much ours as theirs. The CDC should be more cautious. They should hedge more. And, she has to stop being so definitive that she gets contradicted a week or two later, because then how can you believe?
Yeah. Kennedy, did we ever believe in cloth masks? I don't know if that's an epiphany. Like, didn't we just assume it was for show?
Anyone who's gotten COVID from wearing a cloth mask, it's hot malarkey. Same with the plexiglass partition. Same with the arbitrary 6 feet of social distancing. They've been wrong on so much that they no longer have goodwill. They no longer have the trust. She will be fired soon.
Yeah.
You say when? I say how soon is now.
Yes. Yes, take that, Jesse. By the way, Jesse, February 1st is a mere 2 weeks away, the unofficial end of the pandemic, according to the Gutfeld calendar. Do you have any plans? Would you like to celebrate with me?
I would love to celebrate. Not with you, but I'd like to celebrate. Sorry, Greg. It's your sweater. It's eggplant colored.
It's cute.
Can't be seen with people like that.
It's good.
The question is, why did we trust the government about health in the first place? Do you remember the food pyramid?
Yes.
The food pyramid said we should be having 3 to 5 servings of pasta and potatoes per day, Greg.
Yes.
They also told us that smoking on airplanes was fine. Come on, they funded gain of function in Wuhan, got caught, and then tried to cover it up and then say, you know what? Things have changed. Yeah, obviously things have changed. Lewinsky herself said in the spring.
Walensky.
Whatever. She's going to be fired. I don't have to memorize her name. Mm-hmm. The CDC director said if you're vaxxed, you cannot get COVID or transmit COVID.
They did say that.
Oops.
Yeah.
And then what happened? I think this is like the most obese country in the world. COVID preys on obesity. So what did they do? They told everybody to stay home and order seamless and close the gyms, the parks, and the beaches. Greg, I mean, come on. We're supposed to question this stuff. Have you seen who runs the government? People.
Yes.
Have you met people?
Yes.
People aren't very smart.
Wait, stop it. We are also people, Jesse.
Oh, we're very
and we are
impressive.
taking control of this situation.
No,
the American
we're
people.
not in government.
No, I mean the American people are
But the people that go into government are not impressive people.
Yeah. I will agree with you, Walensky. The Queen is dead. Another Smith reference. Emily, don't you agree with me, A, that my sweater's awesome, the Smiths rule, and we are in charge. The American people are now declaring, we're kind of done with this. We want to go back to school. We want to go back to work. Screw the government.
Yeah, I told you, I complimented you. I like your sweater. I actually thought the opening song was Cry Little Sister from the Lost Boys soundtrack, so I was really excited. But to answer your question, absolutely. But the problem is that the nimbleness and the humility that Walensky, not Lewinsky, Jesse, that was a different person in the White House, that Walensky has said that she needs to embody and she's sorry about, none of their policies have actually reflected that. So she said we developed school guidance, for example, knowing, she said, that parents and kids and administrators were depending on us to ensure that kids get back into that enriching environment of classrooms. Well, what happened? They haven't changed their policy actually at all. And in fact, they advised the White House directly on how to do that. And because of that, children are committing suicide and in declining mental health at record rates. So there's a lot more she needs to be held accountable for and that she needs to apologize for. But believe me, humility is definitely not on her attribute list.
Well, maybe the media training will help. I know it helped Jesse.
Sure did.
Yeah.
I got a show.
Cleaned up his act. He's now getting new wardrobe. I saw them trying to put suits on him. It was quite precious.